Market conditions still bearish in this bull market. Had a bit of a bounce yesterday and looks like things may open positive here as well. But let's take a closer look. We've got this bull market rank sitting at 25.68. That's continuing to decline right here, which is this upper line starting to retrace as we're having this pullback currently across the board. We are seeing momentum to the extreme on the downside right here. We're certainly at oversold levels currently where we could be getting a bounce right here just to move that back out of that extreme range. Breadth also sitting right here in the middle of that trend. Sentiment pulling back, having a little bit of a rally yesterday, but nothing too significant. We are seeing buy-sell ratio sitting now right in that 0.23 range. You can see that we're extreme back this other direction and pulling back a little bit here on that rally. Sentiment, we're extreme on S&P 500 and NASDAQ, and volatility to the upside right here. We're also seeing strength in bonds and T-notes across the board also. So we've had a pretty significant rally here in bonds and a big sell-off in stocks, obviously part of dealing with inflation and recession and a lot of those economic situations that are happening here as well. We're seeing S&P 500. Let's take a look here. We're down at this 519 range. You can see that we got rejected at that 527 area where we rallied up, getting this topping tail bar. So we are seeing some attempt at these upper levels, but we're getting some rejection. We'll see if we gap higher and retest this level. If we go out just a little bit longer time frame, go out to that 1 year time frame, you can see we've broken down that 236 momentum location right at that 529, 528 area, and this 505 area on SPY looks like a real high probability location for another retest as we continue to slide and retest this zone. This is the current zone for this 1 year time frame, and so this is really the range to be focusing on. Do we get resistance? Do we reject back down to that 505 range? That is the current bias based on price momentum and trend activity here on S&P 500. Certainly continued weakness, but also extreme on the downside of momentum. We've just moved really quickly right here. Let's jump over and look at sectors. Seeing some strength in real estate. This real estate ETF, IYR, showing some strength on this 6-month time frame, getting a bounce here at this 92 range. Keep an eye on that sector. We're also seeing just really sector weakness. A handful of sectors. You've got consumer goods, utilities, real estate, which are holding up. You've got healthcare, industrials, financials, which had been holding up, showing some weakness, and looks like those are making attempts back into that upper momentum zone. Not quite yet. They're getting some rejection. You can see how effective that location lasts once it breaks down and it creates some resistance there to the upside. Let's jump over and look at commodities quickly here. Gold holding up that momentum zone. Nothing too exciting here as it is working towards that upper momentum location, attempting to break out. These are all-time highs on gold, and as we see any kind of economic risk or anything taking place here, we may see a continuation in gold. SLV, which is silver, also showing some weakness. Nothing interesting there today. USO, continued weakness. Let's look at the 1 year time frame on USO and see what we're looking at here. Possible support at these locations at $71 range, but also has a lot of work to do, similar to the markets as a whole. If we jump over and look at some muscle stocks in this group today, you've got EVER, which is which is a insurance stock. You're seeing insurance, these multi-line insurance stocks starting to see some interesting price activity. Keep an eye on those as well. Carvana, which is holding up there in that range, continually shows back and forth inside of that buy zone. Had a pretty nice move 2 days ago off of that market bottom, that low, that rally. So you're seeing Carvana hold up right here as well. Maybe some interest in some names there. Keep an eye, keep an eye on the muscle stock group today. And that'll do it for today's update. Everyone have a fantastic day today.